Hello, I'm Anastasia Amoroso, and this is Beyond 60/40. Throughout this year of 2024, I've had the privilege to engage with distinguished industry leaders and hear their invaluable insights into the world of alternative investments. We've discussed a variety of topics from real estate to private equity to tech investing and structured investments. We also took a look at the convergence of tech innovation and investing in our new Tech Spotlight series with guests from Hamilton Lane, Morningstar, and Permira, to name just a few. And we took the program out of the studio and recorded segments in Lisbon, Singapore, and Toulouse during the iCapital LATAM Connect conference. This was a great way to be on the ground with our clients, hearing their local perspective. So here are some highlights from these discussions over the past year of Beyond 60/40. How do you see it? Where are we in the adoption process, and how do we get to 20%?
You know what's so interesting is I actually think we're at the infancy stages. We are, in baseball terminology, probably still in spring training. I don't even think we're in early innings.
We're dealing with the future. It's hard to predict. And once you make your commitments, you've made your commitment.
But I think advisors need to be intentional. I think if you're going to do 3 to 5%, you should just do 0.
You might recognize my first guest today from 2015 film, The Big Short. Greg Lippman is here in the studio.
If you can buy something to horrible, the only way you're going to lose money is if it turns out to be atrocious.
It's an interesting dislocation that's happened in the market, and we believe it's an interesting entry point therefore.
Morgan Stanley's actually been in alternative investing for well over 30 years.
We have a structural growth forecast for private credit that is fairly optimistic. We believe that the asset class can grow to $4.5 trillion by 2030, which is about a 15% compound annual growth rate from the current figure.
You could call it FOMO, but momentum itself is a fact.
When I started the business, we had very little capital. We had a few friends and family that believed in us early, and I fought really hard to grow their capital.
We're achieving what we believe to be some of the best risk-adjusted returns in the lending space that we've had since the GFC.
So once upon a time, I was 28 years old. Fast forward today, the journey has been one of entrepreneurship.
Wanda, thanks so much for having me here in this beautiful Lisbon office.
Portugal has a lot of ingredients that make it very special for this kind of companies. And of course, in terms of geographic, we are really in the center of the world.
Coming to you from Singapore at the inaugural iCapital Connect 2024 event.
In 2017, 2018, we hear everybody talking about blockchain. Nobody was talking about AI. And now everybody's talking about AI, nobody's talking about blockchain.
iCapital is a truly global company and operating globally, following the same mission that we had when we started the company 11 years ago, which is making alternative investment, private market more accessible for the wealth management industry.
Coming to you from the iCapital Connect LATAM 2024 event here in Tulum, Mexico.
Right, so you go from 0 to 100 miles per hour, like that.
We hosted exceptional guests this year and are eager to welcome many more in 2025, including prominent leaders from Blackstone, Ares, Carlyle, among others. This was a look back on 2024, but there's so much to look forward to in 2025. With that, we wish you all a happy new year from all of us here at iCapital. I'll see you next time on Beyond 60/40.